welcome to our channel. Join us on this video for an incredible 2-night camping adventure at Lower Sabie Rest Camp in Kruger National Park. Our main goal for this trip is to have fun, capturing everything we encounter and exploring the roads we've never driven before. Whenever we visit this part of the park, we usually enter through Kruger Gate. However, for this trip, we decided to switch things up and use the Kruger Gate. Just a short distance from the gate, we spotted this majestic Kuru bull right beside the road. Within a few minutes of driving along the Sabie River, we saw numerous giraffes near the road and even spotted a ferocious eagle owl. Watching impalas can be quite rewarding when searching for predators, but this herd was so calm and showed no signs of alertness.
So yeah, we are here on H12 on the high level water bridge, and then there are some lions there not far off. They're just lying down. We have about an hour or so after entering the park, and yeah, we have our first predate. We have seen a ferocious eagle owl. We saw a lot of giraffes next to the road, and then this is our first predator sighting.
It was clear that the lions were not going to move anytime soon, so we left the sighting and continued our journey towards Lower Sabie Rest Camp. Just before reaching Kotlu picnic spot, we spotted this hornbill, which presented a perfect photo opportunity despite the light hitting the bird from the side. At Ngwatimiri waterhole, we spotted crocodiles, hippos and several water bears. We observed the pied kingfishers hunting and even managed to capture a few shots of a hammercorpin fly. As we approached Ngwatimiri Bridge, I spotted a wire-tailed swallow perfectly perched on the piers. I managed to capture a couple of shots that I'm really pleased with.
So we are here on the main road to Lower Sabie. So this is the part of the bridge where the bridge was washed away with the flooding last year.
The number of giraffes we've seen since arriving is mind-blowing. I've never seen so many giraffes in such a short span of time. We made a stop at Sunset Dam, although the sun wasn't setting yet. We spotted a couple of hippos, crocodiles and numerous water birds. We arrived at camp, checked in and booked a night drive. I also managed to get credited for the cancelled night drive from our last day here in 2022 due to rain. There were only 2 campsites available and we chose the one with the bright stand. The other factors didn't matter much to us because we knew we wouldn't be spending much time here during the day and there was no rain predicted during our stay. After setting up camp, we took showers and enjoyed dinner that we had prepared at home.
Definitely the other one on the other side, I would say that's the biggest. Look up on the horns, you can see they're a little bit more now than the one that you've got here. Yeah, look at the tail, where it starts. You can see that it almost came off. So something back then, during his youth years, definitely tried to get
Okay.
While observing the genet, we heard lions roaring, which sounded like it was coming from S128 or S29 area. We then headed on that direction. At the low water bridge, we had an incredible sighting, a newly born baby hippo. We drove along the S128 for a while, but couldn't locate the lions. We then headed to S29 where we came across a male lion chasing what appeared to be Sabadat lions along with a lioness. Everyone was pleased that our guide, Humuzo, found the lions for us. Since the lions seemed edgy, our guide decided it was best for us to leave them. We arrived at camp and went straight to bed, but we were disturbed by a dog-like barking sound that continued for a couple of hours.
Good morning. So our first full day in the park, it's 6:03. There was a commotion around early this morning around 4 towards Sunset Dam. There was an alarm calling kind of an elephant. There's a couple of cars that went out already. I think if I were to guess on top of my head, I would say maybe 10 or less. So we have turned right out of Lower Sabie. We're gonna have a look at Sunset Dam and then continue ahead and see what we can find.
This beautiful setting reminded me of a photo session I've had back at home last year. Here are some of the images I captured that day. We stopped at the washout bridge and took some landscape shots, and I think they turned out quite well if you ask me. We turned into S21 Wat Miri Road, filled with excitement to drive it for the very first time. This is exactly why we embarked on this trip.
So we are here on S21 Watimiri Road, gravel road. I'm not sure, I'm just gonna keep quiet now. There's a groundhorn bell kind of humming. Let's hear if that's being picked up.
While observing the hyenas, on the opposite bush, we noticed the bird nicknamed the rain bird. We came across these porcupine quills on the road, suggesting that a leopard might have killed one here a few days ago. The final stretch of the road was in poor condition, much like many gravel roads in the south. Despite this, we thoroughly enjoyed driving it and look forward to doing so again, regardless of its condition. At the S114 intersection, we turned right towards Kukuza. The road was in the worst condition I've ever seen it, but the abundance of wildlife sightings made up for the rough ride. This Steenbok was right next to the road and remarkably relaxed. It paused for us before calmly continuing its usual business as if we were not there. As the sun began to heat up, we spotted more elephants along the Sabie River, and of course, plenty of giraffes. As we approached the makeshift bridge on the washout road, two cars ahead of us suddenly stopped, and a female leopard appeared in front of our car. My first shot was out of focus because the leopard was very close, but I managed to capture one where she looked directly at me. settled down on the drainage line with the best view from the temporary bridge where only one car could pass at a time. Soon, this sighting became overcrowded, so we made space for other tourists to view and decided to leave. At Sunset Dam, we encountered a breeding herd of elephants feeding, and this baby elephant particularly caught my eye. We arrived back at camp and headed straight to the restaurant area to have brunch. The restaurant is situated along the Sabie River, offering views of wildlife. The number of giraffes along the Sabie River continues to amaze me. I've never seen so many giraffes in one place within the park. The population of giraffes seems to be thriving in this region. After lunch, we immediately set out again, driving on the S82, then into the tar road to connect with the S137, and later the S28 before returning to the tar road. From there, we turned at the bridge where we had earlier spotted a leopard, and finally made our last stop at Sunset Dam to capture a sunset time lapse. Throughout most of our drive on the S82, we mainly encountered a variety of birds.
So we just went out for a sunset drive after having our brunch. We're here on S82. So it's the first time I'm actually driving on this road, so the road condition is very good. Probably one of the best road conditions in the south so far we've driven. And there's a lot of birds. As you can see here, there's a lot of birds that are framed. But yeah, in general, we saw a lot of birds. No, not much general game, but seems like there might be a kill here, or earlier they saw wild dogs. It's nice to see a lot of vultures. It's our first proper vulture sighting so far in this trip.
Just before reaching the tar road on the S28, we encountered this elephant bull, who gracefully moved aside for us. It was a humbling moment that showed how mutual respect can be meshed with wildlife. Along the Sabie River, we had a perfect lighting for photography, and I didn't want to miss capturing anything that we would encounter. Shortly after, we had a sighting I've been hoping for, a majestic eagle with a rising moon. I finally captured the shot I've had in my mind for a very long time. I filmed this scene from the exact spot where we had the leopard earlier, but this time from the opposite side, and of course the leopard wasn't around. We watched the baboons go about their evening routine as the sun set.
So we are sitting here at Sunset Dam. It's just a few minutes before the gate closes. So we are just doing a time lapse of a sunset. First time I'm doing this. Hopefully this one comes out right. And then yeah, I'll be able to share with you guys, see how it came out. It had been a rough day today, but yeah, we take what the bush offers. But the sunset here at Sunset Dam is just incredible. I'm hoping this time lapse that I'm busy taking does justice to the scene here in front of us.
Upon arriving at camp, we started a fire and put some meat on the braai. After packing up, we headed to the Market Bean restaurant to watch the sunrise. They kindly allow us to purchase muffins even though they weren't officially open yet.
So we are leaving Lower Sabie. It's 6:30. So the plan today, we're going to head down to Tshokwane. So from Tshokwane, we're going to head down to Kruger Golf Club, and then from there we head down, exit via Malelane.
As soon as we joined the S29, we encountered a herd of male impalas. The backlighting created perfect conditions for capturing stunning images. Just further up the road, we spotted a jackal walking along the road before it veered off into the bushes. Exactly 3 minutes later, we encountered a lioness walking towards us.
So yeah, we are here on S128 Londozi Loop. We have this lioness coming right towards us. It's just us and one other car. Wow.
When the lioness walked by, I managed to capture a couple of shots, one of which clearly shows my car reflected in her eye. The lioness lay flat in a tall grass, barely visible to us. We continue on our way to Mlondozi picnic spot.
So we are standing here at Mlondozi picnic spot and we're just watching these elephants in the distance.
We departed from Mlondozi picnic spot and joined S122 towards Tshokwane picnic spot. We spotted a rare female reedbuck well hidden in the long grass. This was the best shot I could capture before she completely vanished. This road is incredibly beautiful and very scenic, but it's a single track just like the S29. I would prefer to drive on this road during the dry season, as I believe you can see much more wildlife on this road.
So yeah, we've been driving the roads here. So many elephant dung on the road. It's like one part of road, it's just dung all across. You can't even duck them. Even the gravel road that we just came from now, it's full of dung all over, and it's a single track, which the condition is good, and it's a lovely road. I like it. You don't want to step on elephant dung because you don't know what's in there. There could be dung beetles, or there could be thorns that can be an issue for the tires as well. So we just passed the Ngumbe lookout. So this is our first sighting of a clip springer this trip. There's still quite a few animals we haven't seen properly. the wildebeest. We haven't seen a wildebeest at all so far in this trip. So this is a good sighting. We're just gonna continue head to Tshokwane to have some breakfast there. So this is our first wildebeest for the trip. We arrived Friday, today is Sunday, 9:30. So that's how long it took us to see our first wildebeest. At least that we see a wildebeest. So we're just approaching Tshokwane, and look at the amount of vultures. There is definitely a kill somewhere here. We don't see any traffic jam, but the are not catching thermals in so many numbers. So we found why there were so many vultures around. There's an elephant carcass there. When we were at Lower Sabie, someone told us about this carcass. Yeah. Seems like this has been happening for quite a while now. And I'm sure the predators around here are so full. They say one day there were a lot of hyenas too. I say a leopard-faced vulture. They say all types of vultures were here. Yeah, the smell is unbearable. And the wind is coming straight to us. Yeah, so it's not... Yo, my goodness me. This is bad. It smells terrible. Hey. Look who's welcoming us to Tshokwane. Where are we parking? Let's park this side. Let's park here. So we're here at Tshokwane having breakfast / lunch. Our favorite.
We departed from Tshokwane and headed towards Kukuza.
Yeah, so just before Leopard, there's a lioness here. People are telling us that there is more lions. It's coming back to the road. Oh, full belly as well.
Let me try and see if I can get on the side. You don't mind?
I don't mind.
All right. So we have a lioness walking right in front of us. The lioness disappeared into the bushes, so we continued to Leopard waterhole.
Another set of lions up by the road after we saw the lioness. This is just a kilometer or so from the turn off to Leopard.
You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
This sighting was very crowded, with cars right next to the lions, so I chose a spot away from the crowd, hoping the lions would eventually move. After almost 25 minutes, we decided to move on.
Seems like time as a wave passing by, leave a mark in our minds to turn to memories. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone.
Along the S84, we came across a breeding herd of elephants drinking water from the dry river bank. Elephants have a remarkable ability to dig water from dry rivers.
The river's gonna cry when you're, the river's gonna cry when you're gone. Hoping you would stay, but I've always known that you would go and find your own way. I still see when we climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, to feel the wind and watch the river run. And the sun would always shine when we sat there, you and I. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're, the river's gonna cry when you're, the river's gonna cry when you're gone.
By 1 o'clock already, we were arriving at Kruger Golf Club.
It's gonna cry.
Next to the entrance, there is a play area for kids with a fence on the other side, but I cannot confirm if kids play here under supervision. We enjoyed a drink or two and reviewed their menu. The food is reasonable price, if not cheaper, compared to other restaurants in the park.
This old town, just leave it all behind. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
We left the golf club and made another stop at Kruger Nursery, hoping to buy a tree.
This place is beautiful already. I'm sure the bird life here is quite good too. Okay, so this has just been remade. Just gonna walk here. See, oh, Hadida in a nice position. Let me take a pic.
we walked the entire length of the revamped boardwalk, and I'm pleased to say they did an excellent job revamping it. It offers various views of the golf club as well. After our walk, we checked out the various plant species offered at the nursery. Unfortunately, we couldn't purchase any plants because the office was closed for a short period of time and we couldn't wait. We then made a quick stop at Lake Penning, but there wasn't much activity there, so we continued on. In no time, we were at Matekenyani Lookout. This is one of the designated areas where tourists are allowed to alight from their vehicles. A few meters down the H3, near the S112 turnoff, we spotted a white SUV at a lion sighting. Then suddenly an elephant appeared and walked across the road.
So there are lions here. After we left Matikinyan, and then we had a kind of a cameo with a big male elephant. And then next to that scene, there was a car park there, as you might have seen in the previous clip. So we managed to get a view of some lions here. So now we've seen 3 different lions in the same sighting.
At this point, there was only one animal left for us to complete the Big 5 sighting for the trip. Fortunately, we were in the right area to see this animal.
Pets that I don't photograph every day. Oh, Seems like I don't like photographing them, but this is what caught my attention.
As we approach Malelane and Bergendal area, it signals that our trip is closely coming to an end.
So this is Malelane High Water Bridge. So we are done with our trip now. Lower Sabie was very good. I enjoyed the campsite and the roads around. There were quite a few roads that I've never driven before, which I managed to drive, and I really enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoyed as much as we did as well. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. That will help us to grow the channel as well, the videos, to reach more viewers like yourself who might find this video more useful and interesting. So from here guys, I'm just gonna sign out.
Thank you so much for watching. Here are some of the selected images taken on this trip. In the next few days, I'll be returning to Kruger National Park with the 2 subscribers who won the 1000 subs giveaway. Look out for that episode in the next coming 2 weeks.